I wish I had, modeled myself after the people that I wanted to be earlier in life, rather than just accept this hard work mindset and realize that sometimes, working harder in the wrong place isn't always like the most conducive strategy.
For someone who in the past, like we've been talking for about almost 30 minutes, you probably mentioned like 6 or 7 times about like constant negativity in your life. But I actually want to get started on March 16, 2018, when you started streaming Dark Souls. That was the first time you clicked start streaming.
Look at you, man.
And I've been following you for a while. So you said that you always knew you wanted to be a streamer or like to do something in video games as well. Where did that come from? Like, oh, I want to be a streamer.
Yeah, dude, yeah, I mean, ever since I was a kid, man, let me tell you, I had a number one cousin. Okay, this when I'm like 3, I don't know. I had a number one cousin, and he would put the he would wake up in the morning and you get on your I don't know whatever game thing you got, right? So back in the day, right, we had older ones that was just no internet, anything like that, right? And he would play with his comforter, right? It's in the morning, so you take your blanket off your bed, you go to the game system in the living room, and he would play with the comforter over it, and then put the controller under it, right? And when I was a kid, I was like, how the hell does he know which one he's hitting? Because like this doesn't make sense to me. And so like that was my goat, man. That was my number one goat. And ever like that was like the start of it. And then like he would teach everyone else how to play games, and that was my that was my boy, man. And so then ever since then I was like, okay, whatever he taught me, I would teach the next guy. And then my family back then was pretty huge, to where like video games was the thing. It was like our ratio of male to women in my family is like 90 to 10%. So video games like ran through. It's like you're either on the trampoline wrestling or you're playing video games, for whatever other time. And yeah, man. So right then I was like, okay, teaching video games is gas, but like, I have kid brain. I don't know how to like, okay, job. Yeah, we got to start setting up the 401k, maybe look at the future. No, man. I just liked playing games against my family and watching them not mess up the thing that I already know. So yeah, that's like the OG thing. Now, you brought up 2018, right? Did you want to break? Or you want to say something?
No, go ahead.
I don't want to overtalk. Yeah, 2018, man. That's actually when I first got my first setup to stream. Now I had made League videos in like I think it was season 4 or 5, but I was on like a $300 laptop, a bejeweled $5 mouse, and all that. And I didn't have like a proper setup, but back then I was so ignorant to like what it looked like. So I would download OBS, I would click start recording, and then I would play a game. And I didn't realize that, hey, this video is in 4 frames per second because this laptop is at max, So I'm like, man, I'm playing the game. It looks fine for me. It's just not recording well. And so I uploaded like 7 videos of that. And it was like such a bad setup in which like I was playing the game and then I would watch over the game and then download the audio and then put it all together. And then I would timestamp every single tip that I gave. So the YouTube description was like 80 lines of every single thing that I thought had value to the viewer. And that the villains guy that edits for the second channel, he was like, look, Logan, you need to sound more happy. You sound not happy doing this stuff. So yeah, so that was like pre-2018 as I was trying to make League content. I loved it, man. I was watching the OGs back in the day. And the OGs, if you were there for like season 3 through 6, that was like prime watching Twitch League of Legends streams. That was like every night I was watching Sneaky every night, and then every like early morning, like 3 a.m. past, I was watching like Cowsep. And then Phantom Lord, if he was alive, I'm like, dude, this guy revived TP. Come on, man, this is cool. And yeah, there were just so many OGs. I'm forgetting a million of them, but yeah. So I was like, damn, they're they're living the dream. They get to play this game that they like, which is awesome. They also get to teach it, which is what I like. And then, just like, I don't know, just kind of, I always knew that I wanted to teach something. I was like, if nothing else works, I'll just be a teacher. Because, when you're looking at someone and you watch them like connect the dots that like they have everything they need, but they haven't connected how it all makes sense. That's like one of the most badass feelings on earth. I'm sure everyone here, and you included, has explained something, and like someone comes to you with two things, they don't realize how they make sense, but then when they finally connect it, it's like that's one of the coolest things on this earth.
I used to teach, I used to tutor as well, and I can tell you for a fact I hate it. So it's not for everyone. I'm good at it, which is why I did it. I needed the money, but I hate teaching.
Yeah, dude. Man, it's cool to me. Hey, it doesn't have to be. Yeah, no, that was like definitely the main thing, is just watching people connect the dots, man. That's like the main thing.
But then you went hard. Like if you look at your Twitch tracker, you started in March of 2018 and you just like streamed every day. Like if you look at most other streamers who like are around your size just starting, it's like the first week, sure, maybe, but then it's like on and off. Then like 3 months later, then a year later, you didn't do that. Where did you get that like dedication of I'm doing the same thing for 3 years and seeing no results, but I'm still gonna keep doing it?
Yeah, dude, that has been my understanding of my own life, where I've never felt lucky, but I've always known that, like, we all have 24 hours in a day, right? And if this guy that is lucky spends 4 hours every day, I can outwork that with like 10 hours a day. And then at some point, if he starts here, I'll meet him there. It's going to take a longer time. And that was it. So,
did you watch Naruto growing up?
I actually didn't watch Naruto growing up. I was more of a Bleach guy. I would like, if you watch Bleach back then, Naruto was cringe. It was a little too childish. I'm a little bit too grown for me. But then when I hit like, I don't know, 15, then I watched Naruto. But
okay, because you're basically just like Rock Lee. That is like the mentality that you have.
That was my profile pic forever. That's my goat, man. Rock Lee's the goat of that show. And yeah, we can talk about anime some other time, but yeah, no, it was always just hard work, bro. Hard work. It beats like to me, that at least that's my copium, is that like the naturally skilled guy, he might start higher than me, he might have a higher top end, but I don't know, man. Being an individual and working hard will always it'll always get you at least where you need to go. It might not be where you think you want to be, but you'll end up where you need to go.
I think it's like that for a lot of things. The one place I will say it might not exactly be that way is actually Twitch, because of how bad their like discovery page is. It almost doesn't reward hard work. It rewards like being early, or it rewards having separate platforms, which is something obviously like that's where I found you is on YouTube. And you were watching, like you mentioned a lot of names of people that did have YouTube channels and did have like multiple YouTube channels. I don't know if you watched like Night Blue or the Gates guy. What's his name? Crap, I'm blanking. Trick2G. Yeah, like these people got famous on Twitch because of their YouTube, but it wasn't necessarily something that you saw and implemented. So what changed over the years that you were like, wait a minute, maybe this YouTube thing can lead into streaming?
Yeah, that was that's the lesson I learned. If anyone looks at my Twitch tracker, you'll see the first year I was on like basically every day. Like the moment that I did it, I maybe missed like 20 days that year. The next time it was like my work schedule was I worked weekends, so every day that wasn't a weekend, I was on every single day. And it was like, I've had how do you say it? I've had a lot of troubles in my life that has taken my focus from one place to another. And unfortunately, when it came to streaming, I thought, okay, just work harder than them. Be there every day, stream as long every second that you have in a day, and then keep it moving. And the reality is that because of what was going on in my life, I was unable to see that, this is more of a detriment than I think it is. And had I branched out, I wouldn't be, as small of a creator as I was in that moment. And that's it sucks to look back sometimes, man. You're like, man, I could, maybe I could be a 10,000 viewer Andy right now had I just got on YouTube in the heyday of League, which was, 2018 and so on. I mean, like those were definitely times to do it. So it to me, it was very important. Like, now looking back, I wish I had, modeled myself after the people that I wanted to be earlier in life rather than just accept this hard work mindset and realize that sometimes, working harder in the wrong place isn't always like the most conducive strategy. And that's one of the biggest things that I regret doing. That's kind of why I, now seeing who I am today, I work so much smarter in that way to even maintain what I have. But
the reason I actually bring that up, and just to cut you off, is one thing that's been very consistent since I started watching you is the 1%, like improve 1%. So I thought maybe since 2018 you've had that mentality, but it sounds like it's something you developed later on.
Yeah, no, dude, I was so silly, man. 2018. I mean, again, it is very important that like people, you got to fix your life before you can progress in other things. In my opinion, like you have to really, you got to deal with some of those things that are kind of, to cut off some of the bad vibes in your life. In my opinion, you got to really, try and part ways with that negativity so you can focus on other things. And that's something that I wasn't doing at that point in my life, as I was hanging on to so many just bad things, waste of times, and just so many bad things, man, that no, I thought I was improving 1%, and maybe I was to a degree that like in my live streams I was more active, or maybe I got a little bit better at reading chat while playing and, navigating these weird situations that sometimes come up with stream. But, I would say that I had the capacity to be going like 6% better each day and didn't realize that I wasn't, I accepted, maybe sub 1%. And that was kind of what kept me so lacking in those times, not going to lie.
Then 2023 happens and Briar comes out and you start posting YouTube videos at the same time. And it all kind of like, you get lucky, basically, right? This is like, you worked hard for like 4 years now or 5 years, and you finally, it's your time to get lucky.
Yeah, that was really cool. Sorry to cut you off. If you look at my YouTube channel and you just look at oldest videos, you just search them. I got started on YouTube because I was like, all right, I'm streaming for the same way still. It's been 5-6 years now. Like something's got to give. And then I just, I was like, all right, I'm going to upload one YouTube video every day. And it's just it was called Chill Gaming. Okay. It was awesome. I turn on OBS right as I click join queue, right, start queue. And I just talk about my day. I talk about things that matter to me that day. Things that I think matter, that I think won't matter in the future. And just, and play a game of League. I try and teach you during that game of League, like, hey, I'm just doing these things. It is what it is. And then the game ends, and that's it. And we finish whatever conversation that I was shadowboxing to the viewer, and that's it. And I mean, I did different champions. It was like Briar, Ash, Nautilus, Lee Sin, Briar again, Yone, and then so on. And then I just, the world will give you signs sometimes that you're going in the right direction, because every Briar video did 4 times the views of everything else. Like my Nautilus one did like 100 views, and my Briar one did like 800. It's like, okay. I'm just going to make more Briar videos. And then it went to like 300. I'm like, okay, wait a second. Now we got a little something here. And and then I get like a month through it. And I was like, okay, I'm like, I was watching all the VODs of other Briar players because I was trying to get better at the champion still. Like she was working for me really good at that from, day 1 of doing that to day like 25. I had gone from like Master 0 LP to GM. Like it was really fast. That champion was cooking for me because I was Master stuck. And within a month, I'm like, dude, this champion's awesome. But every time I watch someone else's VOD of it, they're so they're a little bit behind the curve, in my opinion, on just how they're wasting some spells here and there. They're wasting damage. They don't really have like a game plan. So then I made a combo video. So it was like 24 chill gamings where the universe was telling me like, hey, Briar is something for you. And then I made a combo guide, and it got like 60K views. And I'm like, okay, so we got something here now, because now when I turn on stream, I went from 10 viewers to 100 overnight. right? Like people are like, yo, these combos do, how do I play this champ? Can you help me out? And yeah, man, that was it. And then right as I made that video, I was like, okay, so I've just wasted 6 years, right? Like I just wasted 6 years. I've got on Twitch every day, I've streamed, and I had gotten to 10 viewers in 6 years. And then I make one 5-minute YouTube video and I go to 100 viewers that night. And it's like, oh man, I was so mad. I was actually so frustrated at my life because I just, man, I don't know. I was still like, I was at the bottom end of some negative habits still. And I was like, shit, man, I just fucking couldn't see that all I needed to do was make a 5-minute video, man. And oh man, I was so mad.
I mean, you wouldn't have gotten to that 5-minute video if you didn't spend those 6 years. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I do look at it now, but I have to tell myself like I needed to improve in those ways because that keeps me, improving today. It doesn't let me get too happy with where I'm at, or so, whatever.
I mean, I know you're on stream, but I gotta ask this question: how much is your love for Briar built based on the universe telling you you're the Briar creator, do it, and it's gonna like be your career? And how much of it is, I genuinely just enjoy, and I would be playing Briar even if I wasn't creating content?
Yeah, that's a question I get a lot of the time, and I'm pretty open with the things that I like in life, or things that are the things that I like in life the most are things that I feel like I can always learn something from. And when pre-Briar, I was playing like, I think right before then I was playing a lot of Graves, in which like my Graves can only get so much better as a Graves. Like I can be a better jungler playing Graves, and that allows my Graves to be better. But like Graves mechanics, you top end Graves mechanics in no time if you're relatively high elo. So I was definitely kind of bored with it, and then I would play other champions, and I was like really bored with it, and I never I would look at one tricks, and I'm like, dude, they're like they literally get on, they play their favorite champion. I don't, man. I just have new patch comes out, I play the best thing on that patch, keep it moving, and that identity was something that I definitely fucking wanted. I definitely wanted it, and it really just never clicked, man. And that ties into the past where like I was trying to be the Lee Sin guy, and I was doing all right at one point, like season 4, but then I quit the game for a little bit. So Unc lost all of it in 3 years of a break. But yeah, no, and then so there was definitely like a relative amount of love for Briar that happened right before the pop off, and that was because like I had just already been playing the champion. I'm like, dude, every time I play this champion and I run it down, I'm like, there was something I could have done different there. And I feel very blessed that the champion plays the way that it does, because like it does like scratch the itch I was looking for in my head, where I'm like, dude, I have never felt like there's always something I could have done better, differently, anything like that, like this champion. Like, it's kind of unmatched with the way that she plays out, where like you have to see so many different variables and predict what 5 players will do at any point in time. Like if all 5 players did the exact opposite of what I thought, I'm completely fucking dead. And so there was definitely a point that maybe in the worst days I stick with it because it's what I do, but I don't think I'm so boxed in that it's like a detriment to any degree. I'm quite happy with the champion itself, and I feel very I feel pretty blessed about it that it just happened to click so well as it did.
All right.
Did I ask the question?
Yeah, it sounds like it was you actually genuinely liked the champion. You liked how much you had to learn about the champion, because she also has a very different play style to anything else. Like the first time you play Briar, you have no idea what you're doing.
You run it down, drop those 20 deaths, but there's something there at the end of the game. You're like, there was something I could have done, something diff.
Yeah,
that shit's cool.
When I first played Briar, man, I just fell in love with this champion. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is just so much fun. And then I watched your videos, because I was playing top at that time, and I've been playing since like the beta came out, and I used to like switch around the roles because I get bored really quickly.
Of course.
And then I stopped playing jungle in season 6 because they just keep changing jungle like every single time. And it's like, I just have to learn so much. I was like, whatever, I'm not playing jungle. And then I was playing briar top and I started watching your videos because all the other, at first I looked for Korean content creators and they didn't like, they just played her jungle. And I was like, well, I don't want to play her jungle. So I found you were doing like going to diamond or masters maybe on top lane. That's when I started watching you. And
oh damn, a while ago.
Yeah, I was like, okay, like this guy knows what he's doing. Like, oh wait, you start Q, not W on top lane? What? I didn't even cross my mind. Starting E most of the time, and then I saw you play her in jungle, and I heard this. I remember this very vividly. You were doing blue buff. You were on blue side. You were doing blue. Then you did your Gromp, and you walked past the wolves, and Briar went, oh, and I was like, I have to play jungle. I can't not. Like that is so cool. I don't know why, cool. But I was just like, all right. And then I've been playing jungle ever since. So this insanity that I get is because of you for playing jungle.
Are you higher ranked now?
I hit E1 and then I stopped playing Briar because I was playing on a rec league and they just kept banning her. And then I dropped to E4. Yeah. So now that I'm out of rec league, I'm trying to hit diamond. I'm still E4.
On top lane?
No, in jungle. I only play Briar jungle. Like I'm a one trick now.
And what were you when you played top lane?
I think I was E3.
All right, so you're better on jungle now, then, right?
Yes, I am better. Yeah. I think if I only played Briar, I would definitely be diamond. But then, like, I had to play like weak champions like Vi and Jarvan and freaking
that is definitely real. But dude, that's actually pretty badass. Yeah, those champions in like any sort of league or competitive sense, must plays. But in solo queue, oh shoot, I'm dying for this guy. I'm good.
I actually went undefeated in my tournament with Briar jungle. So I was like, anytime they left it open, I'd pick that champion and I'd just like completely smurf. It was so much fun.
Yes, sir. Had to handle him.
But my next question kind of relates to that, where you start playing Briar, you start popping off. You also like, I think you hit Challenger as well at some point. Mm-hmm. And I think must have been around a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago. You make this video where like you're considering just quitting your job. I think you were doing IT, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And you're like, man, I'm really thinking about it. And I just remember the comments being like, do it. And you were just like, not really having it. And then like a month later, you're like, you know what? I'm going to take this leap of faith. I'm going to go full time. Talk to me about like that transition. What had to happen to like get you to go? Because I mean, I do content creation too. And I know how one, sporadic like the income is, and two, how scary it is to go full time in something like this.
Yeah, it was two main things that are unfortunately like huge conversation. But the main thing that changed it was the fact that like I got tired of living that life where I was getting up at 6:30 a.m. and then working till 3:30, and then I would eat till 4. And then I would stream till 4:30 to 9:30, and then I would go to sleep. And that was every day. And I spent time with my family. 2 days a week, or at minimum 1 day a week. So living those 6 days and then seeing your family 1 day a week, and like you're just stuck 24/7. Right? I'm sitting. I go to work, can't see anyone. Come home, do content till I sleep. Do it again. I did that, I've had different jobs since 2018. So my schedules were different. Sometimes it was only weekends. Sometimes it was only weekdays and so on. But the pop-off of Briar was 2023. And then I did that for, I don't know, maybe 15 months. And just living life like that sucked. It just sucked, man. Like there's really nothing too profound to it. It's just like I wanted to spend more time with human beings in my life, and so that was really the main thing. And the little bit of work that I do before that was mostly just looking at my bottom line. What is my worst month of YouTube and Twitch? How much money is that? And can I do this thing while with that amount of money? And I definitely couldn't, but the idea is that like if you're doing more content more times, you shouldn't ever have to see that old bottom line that you're doing with half the time. but yeah, there's a lot to it, right? Like healthcare and shit like that. You got to think about that, right? What if I, a Briar player, decide to have kids? What the hell? Right? Like, that shit's expensive, man. So, yeah, a lot of that was just like noticing whatever my bottom line was, making sure that my bottom line, my worst month of all time, could still allow me to eat and pay my bills. And yeah, it was mostly just that. And then again, just like you got to think about your future, right? Like I think it is fair to say that, streaming has this this light at the end of the tunnel that is, hey, I'm now, Lil Tyler 2 and I make millions. Now, the reality of that is very slim. No one's doing that. And not many people are doing that. But I don't know, man. I mean, like one of the biggest problems and blessings of the job is you can work a fuck ton. Oh my God, there's so much work and it's never ending and it's 24/7, 365. And that is one of the blessing and curses of the job. So it's like you need more money, work harder. And if you don't need more money, man, maybe take the day off. But yeah, that was mostly it. It was just making sure that I had enough money on my worst day. And I got fed up with living that life, because 6 days a week having 0 seconds for yourself it's tough on your mental, bro. It really is. Where like if I could call out a day of work, I was like, wow, life is so different now. Wait, people live like this. Wait, some people only wait. You can work 40 hours a week and smile. I'm sitting here cranking 100 hours a week just to make ends meet, man. What the hell?
So I actually want to talk about your mentality, and then I want to go back to like the content creation aspect. But just because the way I see you is you're one of the most like positive, honestly, regardless of your Briar gameplay and how good you are, I think the one thing that drew me to you is how often you are just like a light in a very toxic like streamer community environment. There are like more positive people. I think Fogged, for example, is someone who's like relatively more positive than negative. But for you, you're always talking about like, just keep it positive. Hey, they're flaming me, just mute them, move on. You're not going to catch me lacking, and it's like something that you actively push the community. I mean,
Quantum too, dude. Quantum's the goat.
Yeah.
For like to learn that shit, watch Quantum. That guy's good.
For someone who in the past, like we've been talking for about almost 30 minutes, you probably mentioned like 6 or 7 times about like constant negativity in your life. My fault. Constant negativity in your life. You have a very positive outlook on YouTube and like the way you push out your content. Where does that come from?
Yeah, dude, man. Terrible, man. I've had a very, very tough life. No lie. That yeah, man, I don't know, man, as you look back at your life when it was in much worse conditions, it's hard not to smile just a little bit, at least for me. I try and like part ways with that negativity, but I can still talk about it. But yeah, dude, I was in it. Life now, if my worst day is I get rage baited by 4 chatters and I permaban them, and then I upload a YouTube video that I'm really happy with and I stream for 6 hours, like if that's my worst day, I can get out of bed so much happier, man. I don't know, man. I'm not here to like pity party. I've just had a tougher life, man. That's it. And yeah, that's why it's like so easy for me to like have, oh, this guy's mad at me in game, man. We can click that box and we can keep it moving. But yeah, no, it really just comes back to like, dude, I've had a tough hand at times, and now I have a very easy hand, and this is fucking awesome.
But even before, like even when you were working your 100-hour weeks and still streaming, like you still had this positive mentality. So it must have come even before then.
Yeah, I guess as you start to find a purpose, life makes sense. Where like it may not have been positive at some point. It might have been focused coming off that way, where it's like, I need to do well, I need to learn, I need to upload this video, I need to do all these things. So sometimes just not being negative is positive sometimes. But yeah, no, as that video did well, it became more of a reality that this thing that I've wanted since I was really young becomes like I have a chance to do it. I'm like, well, fuck it, man. I gotta keep it moving. That's actually like something that happens in life right now, where like I get so frustrated with rage bait sometimes, and that's why the same people still do it, because like I want to wake up and I have, let's say I have 150 people in my stream that day. I'm like, dude, I have the chance to make 150 individuals' days better. And I can make them laugh. And I can do these things. And then someone says -1. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh man, I'm going to, I'm upset about this. And and it's like, as that just tinged my brain, now I'm having oh man, I want to kill that guy. Just kidding. And it's like, that then I get frustrated within myself because I'm like, dude, now you're not making these people. I feel the weight of not making these people's days better. Because I'm getting frustrated at this comment that this guy, he's laughing his ass off at the other end of the PC, man. There's so much to it. But yeah, man, I don't know. Where I came from was pretty much negative, and it turned out really good. But also, I mean, the reality is that for a lot of people, you are playing League to get better and to rank up, and as you part ways with this idea that, typing will do anything positive, everyone knows it will not, right? So, stop typing, focus, try something, man, pray that their internet goes out, but keep moving your character. And, maybe something good can happen. But yeah, I mean, like if you truly get one of the things that I've started to believe is that if you queue up for rank, then you obviously do want to win and you want to rank up. Okay. You're not playing normals. Okay, so there's some part of you that wants to gain rank, right? And the thing about that is now your actions and your words have to make sense, right? Hey, I want to climb this rank. Cool. All right, let's do everything for that. Let's mute the guy that's tilting you. Let's focus more on the game. Let's try and make these decisions. Let's not make these emotional based decisions. To affect my gameplay, especially because like League, more times than not, if you take the person from behind the computer, I mean, like truly, if they're able to subscribe to the narrative that everyone is just a robot and they're all simulating a different, a human emotion, you'll realize that like a lot of times these League situations play out the same if you think the guy's pissed off at you or not. If you just play like more objective, right? We have 4v3 here. This guy being pissed off in a 4v3. 4v3s are so good in this game that you will just win them more times than not, right? So, it's like, I don't know. As I wanted to gain more rank, it just became so apparent that getting lost in the toxic, typing parts it's not supporting what I'm talking about here. I'd be a hypocrite to say you guys need to focus on your grind and get better at briar so that you can win these situations and then just sit there and type. I don't know if I answer that well. I'll probably watch this back and be like, damn, I should have just said something else. But yeah, I mean, TLDR, just, if you're queuing up ranked, then that's an action, be that you're trying to pursue a higher rank. And if your other actions don't align with that, hey, I want to rank up, but I'm also going to sit here and type. It's like, do you actually want to rank up? Go to norms, brother. Go play fives with the boys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's the point? What's the point of saying that you want to rank up and then your actions don't align with that? So yeah, that was mostly it.
I think you're a very introspective person where you look at your actions and you look at like, oh, what am I doing? Is it to this very specific goal that I'm searching? The reason I specifically brought this question up is because like when you're surrounded with negativity, when you're living through a very difficult time, it's hard to separate that and to say, hey, it doesn't matter what I'm surrounded with. I want to be something else. That's like extremely difficult, just like human nature. And I guess from hearing your answer, it just seems like you didn't let that ever overcome the idea of you thinking about the things, you thinking of who you want to be or what actions you want to take, which is, again, very difficult to do. And I think that's what kind of led to your perspective on how you were making your content and just like pushing out positivity, even when things might not be positive in your life. Like right now, you're saying your best days are someone types in -1, you get rage baited a couple times in the stream, which is like an awesome life. And I'm like happy that you're there,
Appreciate that, man. But yeah, no, I think you put that well. I had to Google what introspective work, what that word meant, but yes, I understand you now. But yeah, dude, it really is that I do think it's important. And one of the coolest things about content, and you could probably say the same thing, that like when you were more in a developmental part of your life, like a younger thing, maybe like a teenager, right? Like you probably had a favorite content creator and you probably wanted to be them or a favorite person or a favorite book character. It doesn't matter what it was. And you maybe like modeled a part of yourself after them to a point, because again, you're like, you're trying to figure out who you are and what you care about. And yeah, dude, it really just came to be that like, as I started growing up, I realized like the coolest thing that you can do, not to talk too much about the world, but the coolest thing, in my opinion, that you can do on this world is literally just, if I leave this earth tomorrow, people will remember me and smile, or remember a good time in their life. And that's like mostly the thing. It's, those people were able to influence me in a way that I look back at those streamers, right? Like I look back at Prime Sneaky Medios, and I was like, that was a light in my day that legitimately I would have sat in a dark room and just rotted. And instead, I get to watch these people, and they made me laugh, bro. You get to leave that part of your day. So, it's really badass to be able to affect people positively in a way that you can, like, I've seen what it did for me. I was in a terrible spot a lot of times in life, and I had like a favorite content creator at that time, and it made me feel really good. And the thought that I get to try, even be given the chance to be that for someone else, is fucking badass. That's something that not a lot of people are able to. Now the cool thing is, a lot of people you never realize like how important you actually are. Like maybe that, maybe you are a McDonald's worker, bro, but that one guy that comes in every day at 7 a.m. to get his breakfast, maybe you're the last fucking thing that's keeping that guy moving. And that's badass. So you really never can prove who you are or what it matters to someone else, but just the chance to be something positive in that regard is like the most blessed thing on earth. And it wouldn't have mattered if it was Briar, wouldn't matter if it was League or Valorant or whatever it is. Just to wake up and get to be a positive part of someone else's day is really good. It's easy to get lost, but if you take a stance on what your base value is and you just kind of keep that moving, it doesn't really, like, the details will all iron out and make sense in my opinion. But yeah, as long as you have like an honest thing that you're aiming towards, it works out a lot for me.
It's actually interesting. The first thing you said was like everyone has like either like a streamer or a book character, and I was thinking about like who did I model myself after, and the two, like the very obvious one for me is like Spider-Man. I think growing up I really related a lot to Spider-Man. The other,
Tobey Maguire, enjoyer, or
yeah, what? Well, the comics,
dude,
but I love Tobey Maguire. Yeah,
dude, the Spider-Man 1 and 2 went so crazy.
Yeah,
man, that was prime.
Did you ever play like the old Final Fantasy games, the originals, like 1 through 6?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Cecil.
Right, this is 5 and 6. Yeah, dude, yeah.
From
really
4
badass characters.
Was someone who I really connected with. I played Final Fantasy 4 maybe close to like 130 times.
Yeah.
I love that game.
That's actually really badass. Because my favorite was actually 5. 5 was my GOAT. That's like my comfort game. But yeah, 4, I mean, dude, we got to get the complete inbox for that game.
Okay, that's so cool.
Yeah, I was a very big fan. But yeah, no, dude, the OG Final Fantasy things, I was a kid, didn't even realize like what the gameplay was when I was playing them. And I was like, I know that guy's a badass. I don't care. However that guy felt about a situation, is just copy paste. That's how I felt.
That's so
dude,
cool.
I swear, man, those characters are cool. Final Fantasy 5, I felt that way. But yeah, dude, I've always been like super influenced by stuff like that. How much time you got?
Oh, as much time as you got.
Yeah, I'm a big manga enjoyer too. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw your collection. I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's like I'm a big fan of Vagabond, Berserk, and Attack on Titan. I'm sorry, I didn't do what I was supposed to do there, but it'll probably fix itself. But either way, yeah, no, I'm a big manga enjoyer, and a lot of those things actually helped me a ton in like the worst parts of my life, where I like, I don't know, man. I wake up, my worst day is, again, I get rage bait, or like I have to work a 16-hour day or whatever it is. These people are dealing with other things that are way harder, and sure, it's not in real life Earth and whatnot, but I just don't draw that line. I just consciously chose to not draw that line. It's like, okay, these guys are going through whatever they're going through. I'm just not. I'm going to act like that could be me, and I would much prefer my cushy life than whatever they're going through. Yeah, dude, so it was really cool. I don't know. You an anime fan yourself? You got any favorites?
Oh yeah. I mean, for me, one was like I remember when Naruto lost Jiraiya, I was going through a hard time, and then Naruto loses Jiraiya. I'm like, I'm not going through a hard time. What am I talking about,
dude? Yeah, your life looks a lot easier when that's what you're watching. Yes, sir. But yeah, no. Any other favorites? What do you got? You got like top 3?
So for me, it would be Hunter x Hunter, Dragon Ball, and a third, maybe Seven Deadly Sins. One Piece actually, but I was thinking of like completed ones. Oh yeah, One Piece is like probably the greatest thing written in the manga, in like the shonen manga, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's a popular opinion. But yeah, no, they I mean, Hunter x Hunter, man. You watch the anime? Don't watch the anime, but let me tell you, man, there's good scenes in there that'll really make you you'll figure out that your day is not that hard when you watch that. And what was the second one you said? It was a good
Dragon Ball.
Good take. Yeah. I listened. I go to the gym, and when I do, I turn on Dragon Ball Z, like hard style, like EDM remixes, and let me tell you, man, that is PR material. I'll send it to you. They're really good. Yeah, they I mean, like anything Vegeta yelled with doom music behind it, let me tell you, man, you're bound to feel stronger that day. But yeah, no, that was a lot of it. It's like, I don't know. I think it's really good to have, like, I don't think escapism is that good of a thing. Like, you should definitely address the things, but you should also like have a break from life at times, where it's like, sometimes just escaping into like a different universe for an hour here and there after you've done a good day. It's such a necessary thing, in my opinion.
I felt like for me growing up, manga was a way of me getting inspiration and sort of like a role model at a time where I didn't have any role models.
Yeah, dude, so like, that's well put. Same.
It wasn't even escapism to me. It was like I'm actively shaping myself based on a fictionary person that I know is fictionary, but has these amazing qualities that I genuinely want to achieve, and I know that I can.
Yeah, I like that phrasing a lot better than mine. But yeah, no, dude, that shit it's awesome, man. Especially because, like, I don't know, man. When I found, I found anime and manga back in back when you wouldn't say it in real life that you watched it, right? Like, you did not go to the lunch table and say that. You didn't do it. And so now saying that it's pop culture, I'm like, you guys didn't understand it, man. Yes. You didn't understand it, man. But now it's like cool to like anime and whatnot, which is the end result is that it's fine, and they're finally they're finally seeing what we're trying to say, man. But I ain't saying it, man. Not at the lunch table, not happening here. But yeah, no, because like, back then it was a bunch of ones that did have a lot of profound meanings. I would say, like, nowadays there's a lot of profound meanings behind a lot of like media right now, but it's easy to get lost in like some of these high budget anime things. I don't know if you watch like Demon Slayer, stuff like that. Yeah. A lot of those things are more like, look at these flashy things. But like back then, man, I would watch any character in any show, and I would be like, I'm trying to be him. I'm trying to be that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, sorry, go ahead.
I actually prefer reading over watching. So I remember when I first started reading Dragon Ball, as soon as I started learning how to read it, I got into manga. And when I was reading Dragon Ball, I was like, the panels make it look as if they're moving. Like the paneling of Dragon Ball was like far superior to any other manga I'd ever read. And I was just like, that drew me in. And then I learned about Goku. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, the reading for it. What's that?
It's cool that you found Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
That's like the number one person to make yourself be. Goku gotta be number one.
Yeah. But actually, just to bring it back to content creation, I love the fact that we got to bond over very similar takes over manga, which is not that common for me, at least. You talked about working really, really hard, like you're Rock Lee, but then also this point of hey, I also need to work smarter. One thing I noticed about your specific content is you do branch out. You have like this document, this like Excel or Google Sheets that you try to make different you did like a cosplay stream, you just coached Perry Jungle. You've done coaching before, but like collabing with other creators. You have 4 channels. One just specifically for shorts, one for variety, one I think it's like your roommate that uploads on there, and then your main channel. Talk to me about like the strategy you're going about like to grow.
Yeah, it's I wish I knew more. I really did, but and that's because why I don't know as much as I want, right? Like there's other people, they can post one thing, they get my whole month on one video. It's like, cool, okay. I don't want to leave it up to chance. Okay. So because of that, you know, I don't want to say what if I had an edited content channel. Yeah, fuck that. Right. Sorry. Yeah, so I have an edited content channel, have a non-edited channel, have a shorts channel, have a variety channel, make everything, put it on every single thing. Because again, I'm trying to make it all make sense, but it's like, you know, I don't want to leave any views on the table because I see views as, you know, one, they make my livelihood a little bit easier, and that makes me able to make more content, right? I don't have a house. I rent a room, right? I would, if I had a house, I could make more content, stuff like that. And that stuff is definitely very real, but also it's like, that's more people that I get to do this. You know, I get to make their day better, man. And that makes my day better. So then I wake up with a smile, and I hope that other people do too. So it's just kind of like the easiest thing on earth to like want to do, because it's like, oh shit. If I upload more things and more people see it, then everyone's day is better. No one's day is worse. Oh, if watching my video makes your day worse, holy shit, man! Please turn it off. Please turn it off, man. So yeah, it's like you know, I've noticed that for me, content is like this really badass thing, because it legit makes my day better. To like, you know, even if I'm wrong, and everyone that watches my content is having a worse day because of it, even if I'm wrong, just don't tell me. And I wake up with a smile, right? I feel like I have a purpose on this life, which again, I've spent a lot of time feeling purposeless, or having no purpose. Sorry. I've spent a lot of time feeling purposeless. What is that word? Purposeless?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is, man. Yeah, it is such like a really win-win thing, at least from my perspective. And again, right, I'm a relatively like you know, medium-sized creator, so maybe there's someone with 10,000 views that you know, sees this and is like, wow, this guy doesn't get it, and he's probably right. I don't know, probably, but yeah, I don't know, man. It just kind of works out if you know, if you think that you're making other people's days better, it works out. So I try and have 4 different channels for, you know, people to watch how they want. I mean, some people cannot stand full videos with downtime and hearing this guy yap. This Logan Joe guy yap. Shut up, man. Show me the plays. So that's what they edited content for. Some people, man, they got that. They you know, some people have a faster attention span. Maybe they just want the short form, learn something, keep it pushing. All right, give them that. Oh, they want variety. They hate League, but they like me. Give it to them. So,
why do you have shorts on a separate channel? Because I think about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, you started that new channel, whereas you weren't consistent on shorts in your main channel. Then all of a sudden you're consistent on shorts, but on a secondary channel.
Yeah, that was I did a little bit of research into it, and people were saying that you want to do a separate shorts channel because if your main channel uploads 30-minute videos, okay, that means that when someone subscribes, the implication is that they're going to watch your 30-minute videos. Okay. Now, if someone watches short form content, they're more likely not going to watch your long form content because they're swiping. Right. Mm-hmm. So as I upload a video, if I have a split 50-50 long form and short form subscriber count, and half my subscribers aren't watching my content, then YouTube's going to be like, well, what the fuck? This guy's uploading a video that even his subs won't watch. So through the research that I've done, people have been pretty openly saying that shit can kind of just be a detriment, where like, sure, you're getting views on your main channel, but you're getting subscribers that aren't going to watch your content. And to me, my long form content is number one for me. Mm. So I want that to do as well as possible. And yeah, so if you split it, right, then my shorts channel only has shorts viewers. They're going to watch every single video because that's what they're there for. And they don't get bugged with a long form thing that they're not going to watch. And if they want both, they just subscribe to both.
Okay, I mean, that makes sense. From my understanding of when YouTube added shorts, they specifically tried to counteract that by saying your video is like, if you have a video and you have 10,000 subscribers in the past, most of those 10,000 subscribers are the ones that get to watch it. But now with YouTube's new algorithm, it's like, it's open to the whole world. Every video has like almost like an equal opportunity based on its own merit, like thumbnail, title. And so it doesn't necessarily matter too much, but I'm actually quite interested to do a little bit more research onto that because I post both shorts and videos, and I've felt like I see the same people in the comments. But that could be my specific content, which is obviously different than yours.
Yeah, it very well could be that. I could just be wrong again. That's what I found with like I was looking at what more successful creators did, and again, it's always like modeling on what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
At least that's how I try to learn. But yeah, no, I don't think I've noticed anything like truly too crazy in terms of like dropping them over a month and not. At least not yet. It is what it is. But yeah, I man, if I am wrong, then it's fine with me. But yeah, no, that was mostly all that it was.
My second question that was like very interesting. That was the first thing that I noticed. I was like, why does he have a second channel for just shorts? The second thing was a lack of sponsors, which is something I noticed for you. What's up with like, is it are you not reaching out to them or you're waiting for longer? I know some creators have like a goal, a number of like, when I hit, 100,000, then I'll look for subscribers. What's up with sponsors?
Yeah. I when I first popped off day one, I made a little text sheet with my stream at that time. And I'm not going to lie, a lot of the people that were there day one are not here. We've kind of cycled out. Maybe their life got busy. Maybe I'm just not their type of content anymore. That's fine. We made it like a little text doc. It was like things that I won't do. Okay. So that way, when we go back, we can't say, Unk switched up. Oh, he switched up. Right. And, there's basically something about sponsors where it's like I in this moment don't want to take any sponsors of things that I don't use myself. Where it's like, if I'm going to say that you should buy this, you will wake up feeling more like Logan Jungle today if you buy this thing. If I don't do it, right? So I have actually hit up other sponsorships. It's just I guess I'm in the middle ground of too small of a creator or whatnot. But it's just straight up. If I won't use it, I'm not going to say anyone else should, and that's really it. And so like things that I would use, gamer subs, their sponsorships are down, so it is what it is. Things that I won't use are a caffeine brand that I don't know. Right. Like if I don't know them and someone else says, hey, they're good. It's like, well, that's not really enough for me. Right. It's got to like line up, like jungle timer overlays, like pre-jungle timer in League. I would say just learn the game. Just learn the game. You'll be better if you learn the game. If you can feel those timers, you don't have to look at your minimap. You're fine. And yeah, it's mostly just that. I'll never do a sponsorship that I wouldn't say. So I did 1 month of Factor, right? Because your boy just could not handle cooking and 2 jobs. So I was like, all right, fuck it, man. Let's do Factor, boys. And then I'm eating that every stream, and it was good. And then I'm not going to lie, I got tired of the flavors. Kill me, strike me dead. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't eat the same stuff on repeat that much. But yeah, no. So that's mostly all that it is. I'm very happy to do sponsors. Okay. But just only for shit that I would actually use. I don't know, man. It's like when you take the CSGO gambling sponsorship.
Oh no, yeah.
Like that's like, hey guys, let's go gambling. It's like, nah, man. I don't want to be a gambler myself, so I'm not going to say other people should, and I'm not going to use heavenly triple caffeine heart stopper, right? Like I'm not, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to do that.
No, like so, I appreciate like that. That's a type of like mentality that allows the people that are watching you, your community, to actually like be more willing to engage with your sponsors because we trust you. We trust you're not going to, just be like, here's a gambling sponsor, then it just becomes a segment that we skip. But like the first thing I think of, there are two things. Your shirts, I feel like you have a brand that you're always wearing. I feel like you should reach out to them and be like, guys, I wear this every single day. Come on. And then your water bottle.
Target, if you're watching. Yeah, $7 Target double XLs, man. They're the key.
And then your water bottle. I feel like I always see you drinking from that water bottle. I feel like that's another brand that you could.
The shirt.
It does.
Where to go? Come on, man. I mean, dude, water's the key, man. Too many gamers, man. Y'all are chugging energy drinks 24/7, and then you wash it down with soda, bro. You got to lock in, man. Especially just like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I feel terrible if I drink too much sugar and sit down. Like I don't know. That's just me. That's likely a very rare circumstance. But yeah, no, man, I can't do it. Yeah, the water's the key, man. Keeps your brain working, and that keeps your bot lane from running it. I swear, man, it's very true.
That could be you can make a shirt be like drink water so your bot lane doesn't run it or something like that. Man, I don't know. There's something there.
Copyrighted that. But yeah,
I think that those are all the questions that I had prepared. I think we talked a lot more about just where your mentality comes from, which I really appreciated. And then we also talked about anime. Oh, I didn't ask. What's your favorite anime or manga?
Attack on Titan, man.
Oh,
every time.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm a big Attack on Titan fan. That season 4, part 3, episode 4. Just get there.
I didn't watch most of it, but I read the thing. What arc is that at least?
That's man, I can't even say it.
Okay.
It's like I don't know, man. It's like 10 chapters from the end. So
okay. I think
so much happens at the end, but it's really, really close to the end there. And yeah, man, that's my show of all time. It's like the greatest story ever written, in my opinion. Most people that disagree, like, oh, greatest story, really? It is because most of the time when people are like, yeah, I didn't like the animation how it changed, or dang, I don't know, whatever the agreement is. Like most of the time it's like, all right, well, can you just humor me and objectively talk about the story? And they're like, oh, it was gas. I was like, exactly. That's what we're here to do. You don't have to love it for the same reason I do, but you got to at least appreciate a good story here. And but yeah, no, that's my number one. And then I'm more of a manga guy nowadays, but like Vagabond. What's my top 5? It's Attack on Titan, Vagabond, Real. Real is written by the same author of Vagabond, Inoue, and it's about wheelchair basketball. Let me tell you, man, you could feel something. That might be number 1. Some days I'm like, that's number 1. Claymore is just
that's legit.
Badass women. That's it. And then number 5 I think is Goodnight Poon Poon. Weird name. I wrote it off for its title also for like years, but it's just I don't know. It's like one of those mangas that you read it and you're like, wow, my life can't be worse than this guy's, and you keep moving. It's like one of those things you're like, man, my shitty life, I'd take my shitty life over his. But yeah, that stuff was really good. But yeah, what's your I'm sorry, I don't know if this is weird. Can I go to the restroom real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Could you? I can keep the headset on so I can hear you. Yeah. So what's your plan for Worlds this year, right?
Yeah. So Worlds is going
to both or whatnot.
Yeah. So Worlds is going to be in North America, and my plan tentatively is to attend. The group stage or Swiss and finals. Obviously, the better I can grow this channel, or if I can find like a specific sponsor, I can go for more of it. I actually have enough vacation hours for my full-time job to like take the entirety of it off. So like I'm planning or I have a plan of taking the whole thing off, but obviously it just kind of depends on the financials of the channel. I've only been doing this for 2 years. You've been doing it for a lot longer than I have. And the way I treat like my YouTube channel is like a business. So I don't spend any money on anything for the business, like whether it's a microphone or a camera or like a computer, anything that hasn't come through the channel itself. So my entire trip going to Texas for LTA finals was actually paid completely through the channel. All the tickets, all the food, all the basically everything. And then the hope is like the content that I get from there either A, grows my brand or makes me the money back. I think I didn't actually make too much money on that specific trip, but I think it was also my first time, so I didn't know what I didn't know, but I definitely learned a lot. So that's my goal. My hopes is to spend this year building up the channel to the point that I can actually afford to, spend a month in Texas, basically.
Yeah, that's badass, man. I too was the same way. I was like, I only want to spend money that I make as like a fun challenge to keep me moving in the right direction for sure. Yeah, I think I pretty much stayed true to that. Although I mostly forgot that I was doing it, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's your full-time job now, so any money that comes in is gonna be from it.
But yeah, no, yeah, man, I wish I could help you more with that. You're in a niche that I understand nothing about, and I do think it's really badass, man. I've wanted to get into the more like I will dominate style, where it's like I can just watch Pro League and talk about it, and like that's just like a good day. Like that seems like a insanely like just a cool day. Watch pros kick ass, right? Do some cool shit, and I can talk about the logistics of it. That sounds like a really badass day. And if I feel like playing League, I just play League. Yeah, that shit's awesome. And I maybe at some point I'll hit you up so you can teach me stuff about Pro League, because yeah, man, it is really cool, and especially just like looking at the game through that lens. Like as you look through the game through solo queue's lens, it's a lot less fun. When you watch Worlds, right? Everyone that watched Worlds finals, you got on League that day. That next day, you got on. It's so invigorated in such a way. It's so like just badass. It just makes you want to do some shit. And it's so badass, man. So yeah, I wish I knew more about your niche to try and help out with that. I unfortunately know nothing, but I can say I can say, man. I mean, it's clearly that it's clear that you at least have a spot. It's just how do we grow from there? I mean, because you're interviewing the guys, man. Like I wish I had known in LTA finals that there was like an interview after. I would have stayed to watch. Just in general, I think that's just really cool. And then yeah, you I mean, like, dude, you get to ask questions. You get to you get to choose which questions are important, kind of thing. Like that sense of importance is probably pretty badass. Yeah.
So I'll give you a little bit about how why I'm doing this. I actually started making League content of I thought there was zero beginner League of Legends content. Every single beginner video is some ex-pro player smurfing. There's zero.
Yes,
there's nothing to help people who don't understand what an auto attack is.
Yep.
And I had just come from playing a Dungeons and Dragon game, and I was like, dude, the community, they will literally tell you what a click is. It is that detailed. And it was on the main channel of the game. They would hire streamers once a week, 7 different streamers, to run streams to teach beginners every single aspect of the game. And they were playlists upon playlists. The subreddit was so welcoming. I was like, dude, I'm going to do that. If you look at my very first Reddit post, it's all just I have maybe 20 different, this is what, health is in League of Legends. How do you buy health? What is the purpose of health? This is CDR.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's how I actually started. So my top video on my channel is actually just how to hit quick select on when League had the new quick play. Yeah, when it first came out, people didn't know what priority positions were. There's what is this? I can't log in. There were so many complaints every single day on the subreddit. So I was just all right, I can make that video. And that's still my top video. I interviewed, I had a press conference with Faker, and that still didn't get as many views as that. Yeah. So, and then I was just I'm really interested I've been watching pro play since the very beginning. And I was dude, I wish I could just talk to them about just coaching and gameplay. So I reached out to 200 different people in the scene, and 3 or 4 said yes. And the interviews just blew up. And I was oh, I actually really like doing interviews. And then someone said, why don't you do interviews with the players? I was I can't. They're no, let me you should contact Riot's media coordinator and see if you can become an interviewer. So I linked every single one of my interviews. I was look, the people like it actually.
This is what I do. This is what I like. Please.
Yeah, please. That was it. I was just begging, and they're like, "Of course, we'd love you. We'd love to have you." So then and then I just started asking players whatever I wanted. It was just like, hey, I play the game. I don't understand it to your level. At that time, I was still like plat. I used to play just until emerald, gold to get the skin, and then only play ARAMs.
Every time. Yes, sir.
And then they moved the gold became plat. I don't even remember when this happened, but they got rid of all the 5 divisions. And so like I ended up in plat, and I was like, I don't like this. So I didn't really play League as much. I would just play ARAMs. But then I got 2 skins because I was plat, or 3 because it was like the different chromas, and I was like, oh wait, I like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would just ask them questions about like the game, and I would post them on YouTube, and people would like them, and then people had feedback, and I took it. I was like, oh, thank you for the feedback, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I was mean. I was like, no, you gave me feedback, and then it kind of went from there. So for me, it's more, I just feel like I'm a fan that's asking questions rather than like a journalist. Like I feel really weird about that part of it, just because I don't like, I look at my colleagues in the press room, and they're like, oh yeah, I studied journalism for like 6 years. And I'm like, I don't know what journalism even is. I'm just asking like, why did you pick Neferi instead of like something else, you know?
Do you really feel like you're ready to crank that 90 or what?
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously like I've developed as time went on, but like going into next year, so I used to speak Korean, because when I got into manga, at some point I got into Korean mangas, or like manhwas, and then I got into webtoons, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. So I learned Korean, but my Korean is like basically just reading. So going into next year, I'm practicing so that I could do the interviews in Korean. So when the LCK team's here for Worlds, I don't need a translator. So that's one thing that I'm trying to like be like uniquely set in like my own niche, where
up for the game.
Yeah, I can do English. Cool. I can do Portuguese because I'm learning Portuguese right now, and I can do Korean, and then hopefully Chinese will follow. But yeah, like I love language learning, and being able to use language learning for League of Legends as well is just like, oh my God, everything just like is there.
Yeah, that's actually badass. Language learning is cool as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. That's like one of the parts of my content that I like the least is how much I cuss, because I'm like, there's so many cool ways I could have said that. Like with you, do you know the popular content creator Queso, right? Like Queso doesn't cuss as much as he says. Like, I hope that guy he has something burning in his pocket or something. Like he said some like weird analogy to basically say like, I hope he has a bad day, or so convey some negativity. But he says it in a funny way, and it's like, if only I could do that. I just say like, oh, he's turbo griefing, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like there's a distinct lack of detail there.
You just gotta read. So, you gotta read like books.
Yeah, dude, I need to choose to do that. And that's the thing is I do read. I read a lot of manga like every night.
Mangas is different. Manga has pictures, and that takes away like from description, right? How often in manga is like a thought bubble talking about what the person's wearing, or the sort of like the scene, the coldness of the weather, how bitter it feels to just walk in the snow,
Yeah, true. Maybe that is the diff.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, man. It seems like it seems like most of the questions got answered. Do you mind if I do like a little recap or anything like that?
No, go ahead.
But yeah, mostly just 2018 started streaming again, man. The only thing that kept me unlocked was I wasn't modeling after the people that I want to be. So like, you talked about content for that. One of the people that like I feel like, unfortunately just left League but still kind of didn't was like Travis Gafford. Yeah. Yeah, man. So like he's been around forever. He could likely do whatever he wants, but like there's got to be something within his content that there's like something to gain from. So, if there's anything like it, you can lend me your ear for 1 second, man. Just pick someone that you want to be, and just try and just 1%. You got to be better than them, of course, but like take what they have to give, and that's what I wish I had done earlier. Was just see what other people are doing well, and really like iron out that just find the group of people that you want to be, or be better than, or be one day, but then be more, however you want to say it. Yeah, definitely don't do the same thing on repeat, because that took me 6 years to stop doing. And if I could save anyone else's day, don't do the same thing for 6 years. And I mean, content is a really tough thing. You're going to get a lot of opinions. I think one of the best opinions is like sometimes you have to steer clear of people's opinion that don't live your dream. There's a lot of opinions, and a lot of people give me opinions. And every time that I've listened to someone that hasn't tried content at least once, or like, isn't where they're supposed to be, I've kind of been led astray. And I don't think that's intentional. I just think that sometimes people don't convey what they actually want through the words that they use. There's like some discourse there that often I find myself in the middle of, where it's like, some people are like, hey man, you literally, you need to cut out the downtime. And then I cut out the downtime on a video, and I get 30 times the comments of, where's my downtime, man? I want to talk. What are we doing? And it's like, that's like one of the worst things I did is if you just listen to whatever the next guy says that you should be doing, you're going to be in a weird place. So just, take a stand on what your content is. Your content has whatever it has. That's what it is. And just, if people want to watch it, they'll watch it. If they don't, they don't. Those are like the two main things that I did. And man, I mean, you said that you're still working and doing content on the side. That can be a tough life, bro. You're definitely killing it to do that. Again, I myself, man, I had to stop at ASAP, because doing that for 6 years, but doing it really excruciatingly for 2, it takes away from your life, man. And I don't know, like, you got to go enjoy some shit sometimes. You got to just like go lay in bed, and you have to earn that 1 hour of just rotting. Like, sometimes you need that shit, man. So not overworking with 2 jobs is like, that's the key, man. It's easy to overwork. It really is.
But you also did it for 7 years before you were able to take a year to go full time. And I haven't done my 7 years. So if I can do it in 5, if I can do it in 5, I'd be happy.
Yeah, I definitely think you can. I think there's a lot to these pro play streams. It's kind of unexplored territory, where like you kind of got to figure out what you like about it, and then just really turbo be yourself about it. Hey, I really like this team. I'm going to watch every single one and just talk about that the whole time. And fuck it, man, just send it. The worst thing you do is you have to
get like, I'm the number one Shopify fan. They know it.
Man. I can tell, man. That's in every bio.
I actually took off a Shopify shirt because I was like, all right, this is too much.
Yeah, where does that come from? Why them?
Well,
where did it start?
It started, I mean, they just joined end of 2020 or 2024, beginning of 2024.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering.
TLO is someone that I knew for a while, and I just liked, I did a little bit of research into them, and I liked how they run their like gaming like departments, whether it was the Halo or the Rocket League, or even their like the women's Game Changers. Like, they have the T1 of Game Changers. What?
And who you said, TLO or something like that?
So TLO, he's the one in charge of the League of Legends department, but he used to be a StarCraft player. So if you ever watched StarCraft, he was on Team Liquid, actually, which is kind of matches his name. But he used to be like a StarCraft creator that I felt like really gets esports. And then I think the model of having a sponsor, like Shopify obviously is not just a League of Legends team. It's a like $1 billion company that is also saying, hey, we care about gaming. This is a good place to get people to identify with Shopify, right? Kind of like how you have like the Staples Chase Center or like Verizon, Arena or whatever. Yeah. It's sort of the same concept, just maybe a little cheaper. And I love that model in esports. I think the idea of trying to make your team evaluation, your company valuation inflated so you could just sell it and make some money is what caused League to go on a downslide ever since 2018. Yeah. And I think more like SKTT1, for example, they are owned by Telecom, right? It's like the Verizon of Korea. That is why they're in esports, and in all these other esports. That's why they're so stable, is because they're $1 billion company with Comcast as well. Same thing for KT, same thing for Hanwha Life. Like, there's a reason these biggest companies are all just companies that are interested in esports rather than esports ventures that are like grifters that just want to make $1 million and leave.
I see. So you actually really like what they're doing here.
Yeah.
You didn't just pick a favorite team because of the players and that's it.
I mean, they had 0 players when I picked them up. When I was like, all right, this is the team I want to. TLO gave an interview right as soon as they signed in, and just from hearing him speak for like the hour and a half, I was like, this guy gets it so much more than any other GM. Like so much more.
Yeah, they did. I did kind of like that when they did get a little solidified in league. Maybe they didn't like meet expectations of winning, but I thought they had like really interesting players 24/7. Like they had Wild Turtle, which is one of the OGs, right? They had Boogie, who is like #1 EU rank 1 prospect, right? They've had a lot of players that were like
Boogie's Korean.
Yeah. He was on the team, I thought.
Yeah, you were saying he was an EU prospect?
Oh, I thought he got rank 1 EU. Maybe I meant Korea then. I know he got rank 1 on a server. I can't remember which one it was.
He may have gotten rank 1. He played in multiple different regions, so maybe at some point when he was in EU, he like got rank 1. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just remember watching his streams and it said rank 1 a server. Again, it was like I don't know, a year and a half ago. But I remember like he got rank 1 on some server and people were like, "Oh, this guy's cracked, man. He's gonna tear it. He's gonna tear it down."
I thought it was an A, but it could have been EU. You're right.
Yeah, I'll Google it after.
Yeah,
I'll send you a DM. But yeah, he got rank 1 somewhere, and it was a really big important thing for him to play for SR, and it was like, okay, this guy's about to 1v9 all of LCS and call it a day. Yeah, you're happy that LCS is back, I assume?
Oh, so happy. Like I could tell just from the move from LCS to LTA. Like if I put LTA in a title or some like of a video, it does like 10 times worse. Yeah, I was just like, oh my god, dude, why are you guys ruining my channel?
Yeah, no, that was a popular conversation. Like, do you ever acknowledge LTA for videos that are based on pro play? It's like, do you even do it? But luckily, you don't do that anymore. It was only 1 year. It was 1 year of like good content practice for anyone that put LTA in a title. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But
LCS is back, and our team is looking to be like a top 3 team. So I'm really excited. We upgraded. We were top 3 last year. We upgraded, so hopefully we win a championship this year.
Yeah, I think LCS will be interesting, even if it is a complete shit show, like a lot of people expect it to be, because a lot of teams change, right? FlyQuest is gone, so the reign there is over, or at least Inspired Quest. I don't know, however you feel about that. And then, what was it? C9's team is looking like a super team for now. I don't know if you've been paying attention to them. But yeah, so I don't know. LCS is looking really weird, not going to lie.
It's wide open. Yeah,
and it's like, back in the day, there was like Team Immortals. I think it was season 5. They were like the super team. Came 6, through one season, shit on everyone. That was a time to hate watch. Man.
Hey, they didn't make a single finals in 2016, despite only losing 3 games in the regular seasons. Over a year.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, dude. So I look forward to this year. I hope I can get more into the pro play side of things. I do think there's like a lot of open space for content creators there. What they do, I have no clue. But I do think that the space is pretty open. I mean, people like pro play. They just need like a reason to watch it.
Have you seen I Will Dominate's like he used to co-stream, like now he's Cloud9 coach, so he's not going to be co-streaming, but he would co-stream and then the highlight, like the big games of the day, he would make them into YouTube videos, and those usually did quite well.
Yeah. I didn't know if he was just a fucking are they just watching because it's dumb? Like when you watch Cadrill stream to 4x the broadcast, it's like they're just watching because they want to hear someone have an opinion. Because if so, hell yeah, man, give them an opinion to hear.
I think what would be really cool for you, and I don't know how feasible this is, but like right now it is the off season. Just reach out to the pro player junglers and be like, "Yo, can we just do a session of Briar and let me show you why she's really cool?"
Yeah, that's really cool. We didn't get to talk about that. I actually don't do any collabs. That I don't pursue collabs. I don't turn down any collabs, but I don't pursue them because I have this nasty brain worm that says, oh, if you collab with this guy, then you didn't earn whatever you have. And I need to get over that fast, by the way. But yeah, I'm really I can be really mean to myself, and that's one of the times where I've never turned down a collab. I've done every single one. I have fucking full energy, but I've never asked for any.
But isn't you reaching out to the other person like, and you thinking you didn't earn it, but you're the one that reached out? If anything, doing a collab when someone reaches out to you, I'd understand. But you reaching out, you're the one who.
Yep. I'm the one that swallowed my pride, went to this guy, typed the message, got them to do it. Yeah, loser. And then I just don't do it. And yeah, no, that's a brain worm. I'm trying to fight it, man. Again, I aim for 1% better every day, not 50% better tomorrow. That's the hope.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. But yeah, did this go as you thought it would? Did this feel successful?
Oh yeah, like I think this was pretty good. I really appreciate your time.
Nice, man. That's badass. I was sick. I was hoping that my voice wasn't gone, but it did well.
Nah, you crushed it. Thank you so much to Logan for doing this interview. I thought I really enjoyed it, and I came out of that more excited to work on the channel, to do more stuff. Just hearing the amount of time and effort and energy that he put into his channel, doesn't that just motivate you to do the same thing? It's like when you see Rock Lee putting in all that effort, all that training, all that sweat and tears and blood, that you're just like, man, I want to go hit the gym, and like, at least that's how I felt. So yeah, it was very kind of him to sort of really just give a very down to earth, realistic path of content creation in the League of Legends ecosystem. And obviously we talked about anime, we talked about life, we talked about his perspective on. It's also something that I've mentioned is that negativity breeds on negative, like it feeds off of negativity, and it's very easy to be in that space. And the fact that he was in a negative space 6 or 7 times, and he was able to sort of have that separation between what he's showing on stream and the type of environment that he wants to cultivate, I thought was very valuable. And so, yeah, I think that that's sort of what drew me into him. And he's someone that I very much appreciate because I learn a lot from him in and out of like League of Legends. I think if I had to mention some things in League of Legends, not taking ganks if they're not under 50% HP is something that I learned from him, and it has definitely increased the success rate of my ganks. Apparently, ganking someone when they're full HP underneath their tower is not a great idea. I didn't know that, but now I know. The other thing that I learned from him is that when I used to get cheesed, I'd be like, okay, how do I counter invade? How do I do this? And like just sticking with that game plan that he teaches all the time, like that to me was revealing, because I'm like, I'm gonna be behind. He's like, that's fine. You'll bide your time. That's something that I was kind of flipping games over. So that's something else that I learned from him in game. And then out of game, I think just being able to put in that hard work and dedication, and really just that 1% rule, of just trying over and over and over again, and just how grateful he is, despite, like he said so many times, I'm not going to say the numbers, he said so many times how difficult things were for him, and he's still very, very grateful. That's something that I very much admire, and I hope that I can cultivate that similar mindset. So yeah, this is probably one of my favorite interviews that I've done this off season. I think like I said, I really enjoyed speaking with him. I really am appreciative of the time that he gave, and hopefully you guys check him out, because he's like such a fun content creator. At least he's my kind of content creator, where very rarely do I find him like flaming the opponent or just like raging or anything like that. He's relatively positive. He's very focused on the game. How do we come back? What do we need to do? And that's just something that that's how I play League of Legends. When I'm playing League of Legends, I'm always thinking like, okay, what's my next step? How do we win the game? What do I need to do in order to increase our percentage? Even if we have a 0% chance, how do I get that to 1%? And that's something that he also does. So thank you again. Thank you so much, Logan. And if you guys aren't following or subscribed to him, I will leave his information in the bio. He's also added here on YouTube. But yeah, I'll leave his information. Send him some love. He's a really cool guy.